Good morning, world. I am Judy, your web-based therapist, making therapy accessible and convenient for our clients in Florida and New York, and of course, sharing information worldwide. Today, I want to talk about 5 tips for making ADHD more manageable, or I don't want to say easier, but slightly making having ADHD less stressful than it is, because having ADHD is stressful for a lot of people for a lot of reasons. And a lot of the reasons that don't even have anything to do with the actual ADHD. So that's what today we're talking about for 5 tips for making ADHD more manageable. But before I get into that, I want to take a quick moment and say, if you are subscribed, thank you so much for being a part of our awesome world. And if you're not yet subscribed, please take a moment and click the subscribe button below so you can join all this awesomeness. And remember to tick the bell so that you are notified when I post new videos so you don't miss anything. And of course, if you'd like to purchase 1 or 3 of my books, there's also a link below that will take you to a site that shows you your different options of places where you could get 1 or 3 of my books. Okay, let me get back. First, take the time to learn about ADHD. When you take the time and learn about ADHD or ADD or whatever it is that you may have, it helps you understand what is happening and a little bit demystifies the whatever that your diagnosis is, because society has created this situation where people have such a negative views. They have so many different things, so many different bad things that they say about people with ADHD and ADHD itself that can make you feel some type of way when you get an ADHD diagnosis or when you realize that, okay, I have ADHD. But when you take the time and learn about it, it helps you understand what is going on, and it makes it, and you can see that it's not the monster. It's not this awful thing that people, that society tells you that it is. It helps you understand it better. So take the time and learn about it. Second is to change your mindset. Going from looking at ADHD more of a difference instead of a deficit. Yes, people with ADHD do a lot of things different from people who do not have ADHD. But that doesn't mean that they can't do it, which is what society in a lot of ways tries to make people think is that, oh, he has ADHD, he's irresponsible, he's disorganized, he's this, he's that. No, it's not that you have ADHD, you're all these awful things that they say. It's that you have ADHD and you do all those great things that you do that other people do. You just do them in a different way. So look at it. Start looking at ADHD from a point of difference and instead of from a point of deficit. It's not that you're less than, it's not that you're less capable than anyone else. It's just that you do things differently. And don't let anyone under any circumstance tell you anything different. You do things differently. 3, embrace the way you do things. Again, people with ADHD do a lot of things differently, but society wants you to do things normal. Society wants you to do things the way other people do them. Don't buy into that. Don't fall for that trick. Do things the way that works for you. Do things the way that helps you thrive. If you need your schedule to be a specific way, do your schedule the way it works for you. If you need to organize your day in a specific way, organize your day the way that works for you. Color code your stuff the way that works for you. Don't fall into this trap of having to be, I need to be normal. And of course, normal means not having ADHD. That's not true. Everyone is different in their own way. And you're having ADHD just means that you're different and you're in a way that means you have ADHD. So work with that. Embrace the way you do things. Do things in ways that are efficient and effective for you, and let everyone else just keep whatever it is that they think is the normal way to do things. 4, be open to bringing in resources. There are going to be a lot of resources out there, things to help you manage your ADHD, things to help you understand your ADHD, and things to help you learn about your ADHD. So be open to bringing in the resources that work for you. A lot of times in a quest to be normal, people avoid using the tools and the resources that are available to them and instead end up struggling because, hey, if this tool is there and could help you, but you don't want to use it because you want to be normal, so then you're not getting the benefit. bring in all the resources that you know, all the resources that you find that can help you. Okay, maybe not all of them, because people sometimes do get into this whole resource overload. Bring in the stuff that work for you. Bring in the stuff that help you, but don't go overboard. Be open to bringing in the resources. It doesn't matter what anyone else is doing or is not doing. It doesn't matter what anyone else needs or does not need. Focus on what works for you. Focus on the stuff that you need. Because most people who don't have ADHD, they are using some resources. They are using tools to help them manage their day. It's just, there's no stigma associated with it because they're normal, whatever that means. 5, surround yourself with ADHD positivity. This means surrounding yourself with people, resources, tools, and an environment that accepts, appreciates, and nurtures your ADHD and helps you thrive with your ADHD. There are things that you cannot change. For instance, maybe you have a supervisor who is an absolute jerk and tries to make you feel bad for having ADHD. You may not be able to get rid of that person, but where you can make a change, where you get the choice, surround yourself with people who will make you feel good about who you are as an individual, instead of trying to make you feel bad because you have ADHD. Surround yourself with resources that help you thrive. Surround yourself with resources that take your ADHD in mind. Work with people. Bring people into your life who do not make you feel less than for having ADHD. Surround yourself with things and people, resources, anything you can that make you feel as whole as possible, because you are a whole person. It's just that society is so busy trying to beat you down that it can make some people feel that they are not as whole as they really are. So surround yourself with ADHD positivity. People who encourage you, people who support you, people who do things to help you, people who will find the resources and bring them to you. Just whatever it is that keep you in a positive mode instead of tries to bring you down because you have ADHD. Let's do a quick recap. 1, take time to learn about your ADHD or ADD or whatever it is that you have, because when you learn about it, it demystifies it and you realize it's not this awful thing that people try to make it sound like. 2, changing your mindset, going from a mindset of deficit and focusing on a mindset of different, because ADHD does not mean that you're deficient. It just means that you do things differently. 3, embrace the way you do things. Society wants you to be normal, whatever that means. But you are a person, you are an individual, and you are as different as everyone else is different. There's no such thing as normal. It's just on the continuum of weirdness, each one of us is at a specific spot. 4, be open to bringing in resources to help you thrive, because don't let people try to make you believe that, okay, if you bring in resources, you're using a crutch or whatever. Everyone is using the resources that they need to help them. People focus on yours because they know that you have ADHD. And finally, surround yourself with ADHD positivity. People, resources, things, anything that can make you feel good about you as an individual, you as a person, and not focus on making you feel like you're not as whole as you truly are because you have ADHD. Anything that's going to be positive, that's going to reinforce who you are as an individual. Surround yourself with that. As always, if you or someone you know happens to be going through something that's more than you can handle, please remember that there are professionals like myself who are available, able, and willing to help, and are even providing remote services who can assist with whatever you may have going on. So please figure out who those people are in your community so that if you need them, you can reach out and get the help that you need. And that is all we have for today. Good morning, world. Have an awesome day.